This is a reading from Monday of the second week of Advent, from the prophet Isaiah. The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossom. Like the crocus, it shall blossom abundantly, and rejoice with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given to it, the majesty of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord, the majesty of our God. Strengthen the weak hands and make firm the feeble knees. Say to those who are fearful of heart, be strong, do not fear. Here is your God, he comes with vengeance. With terrible recompense he will come and save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the speechless sing for joy. For waters shall break forth in the wilderness, and streams in the desert. The burning sand shall become a pool, and the thirsty ground springs of water. The haunt of the jackals shall become a swamp. The grass shall become reeds and rushes. A highway shall be there, and it shall be called the Holy Way. The unclean shall not travel on it, but it shall be for God's people. No traveler, not even foods, shall go astray. No lion shall be there, nor shall any ravenous beast come upon it. They shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. And the ransomed of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with singing. Everlasting joy shall be upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. And the last line of the same day for the gospel, we have seen incredible things today. Advent has always been my favorite season. It's a time for hope, a time for waiting upon the Lord. Our God will come to save us. Our song response every Sunday says it best, "For you, O Lord, my soul in stillness waits. Truly, my hope is in you." So I have to ask, where is the stillness? Perhaps that is precisely the struggle that we have in Advent, to stop, to look, and to listen. I believe that all the technological gadgets that we cling on to have made that challenge even harder today. Who of us could live without cell phone or TV or computer? Most of us say, oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? But do we do it? I know I don't. I'm plugged in, and I have to admit it, but I think I'm addicted. The reading from Isaiah, the prophet, makes the coming of the Lord sound so simple. It's all his work. All we have to do is wait for the Lord. It sounds like so much poetry, yet it's precisely what makes it so difficult. For me, it's about discipline. Deciding what I can do during Advent is easy. Having the discipline to do it every day is difficult. Come, Lord. Each year I try to do something, and maybe I try to do too much. Maybe we all try to do too much. I have to remember the simple word kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Today's gospel calls us to stay awake and be prepared. That doesn't mean we should be paralyzed with fear. It calls us to take some time to reflect on what is most important. And so our response is to remember that our God has already saved us. Advent is always about looking at how God has called his people. It's also about looking ahead for the promises of the Lord yet to come. But perhaps most especially, it's about looking within and finding the Lord already present. It's about to wait in prayer for the Lord who is with us today. Let me suggest some ways that I think Advent is best celebrated. It's a time to wait on the Lord. The best example I can give is a woman who's waiting for her child to be born. She knows that the child is already there, but yet she waits with hope and with some degree of fear. I think that's precisely what Advent does for us. It calls us to stop, to look, and to listen. We wait in prayer. Prayer has become the theme for this Advent here at St. Mary's. Here are some ways to wait for the Lord in prayer this Advent season. Find an inner place, a place where you're comfortable, a place where you can sit and close your eyes and be comfortable. Perhaps light a candle. Let that be your focus. Take 6 minutes each day to do nothing, just to listen to the Lord in your heart. It sounds so simple, but it's not. Try to pray, just breathe and listen. Whatever you choose to do during Advent, let the Lord speak to you simply and plainly and quietly, like the pregnant mother listening to life within her. Waiting in prayer is what Advent is all about. Perhaps it's not so much waiting for the Lord, but for the Lord waiting for us. For you, O Lord, my soul in stillness waits. Truly my hope is in you.